What is up, everyone? I am Chris Knight, and this is Chaos Central's The Book of Boba Fett Roundtable. I've got two people here to talk about this. We got more people for the both groups, the first group and the second group. But hey, you know what? Nothing is ever perfect. We have this wonderful thing we have called the Fluffy Bunny disease right now that just keeps giving and 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 giving. Anyways, you know what I mean. So we might have another one or two people drop in here. Maybe we'll see what happens. I love food. Good to see you. But let's get to the two people I have in this group right now. First off, we'll go to Elihu. Elihu, tell everybody about yourself and whatever. Just give them a rundown of what's going on right now with you.
Oh, me, I'm just watching Scottish Claws with it. So I am Elihu, and I can be friendly with everyone at the same time. Either I'm in your chat or I'm not. You don't know. I could be listening. I could be lurking. I could be the one that gives you a thumbs up. You don't know until I participate.
You're a lurker.
Yes, I am. But you can specifically find me Wednesdays at 12 noon Pacific time with my show called What's But the Universe, where I talk astronomy, astrophysics, science. You know, nothing like magic but real. And if anybody wants to know, this Wednesday I'll be talking about Jupiter because it'll be a planetary alignment this weekend. Starting tomorrow, Mercury and Venus will be to the right of the moon. About 40 minutes after sunset, just look southwest. And on the 4th, you'll see Saturn. And on the 5th, you'll see Jupiter. And I'm going to talk about that. Thanks for having me on, Chris.
Very good. No, not a problem at all. All right. Also, back triumphantly. Actually, you were on the Mandalorian season 2, weren't you? Number one.
Yeah, I was on that.
Yeah. Formerly, what was it? Sci-fi.
Number one sci-fi.
Number one sci-fi. That's what it was. I'm trying to remember. I know Twitter never lets you come back to it and all that fun stuff. But hey, good to have you here. Why don't you tell everybody about yourself and what you've been up to?
Yeah, just number one here. Yeah, just do stuff on YouTube occasionally. Just whatever I feel like doing. You can just catch me on whenever I go broadcast whatever. But yeah, otherwise just watching shows, trying to take it easy as much as possible, stuff like that.
Absolutely. Let me fix something here. I forgot to change this back. I'm sorry. There we go. Put that background. Guys, everybody's information, including the people who aren't here right now, that's down in the description box below. Number one is he had some people on his old YouTube channel. He has since restarted. Do me a favor, go down there to that YouTube channel you see for him and share that out. Sub to him and help him build it back up. Even if we aren't on, even if people aren't on a regular schedule, it's always nice to kind of be there and know that they're going live. So make sure you smash that bell and all that other stuff. For Elihu, with the What's Up with the Universe, Eli, the high science guy, as we like to call him, for reasons and purposes. But guys, it's just the three of us, so we'll probably get through this pretty quick. But let's just go through and hey, Resolute, how you doing? I love food, guys. As last time, please do me a favor. Share this out on the interwebs, whatever your favorite social media site is, whatever, greatly would appreciate it.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, All right, so let's start with same thing we always do. We're going to start with our overall thoughts. Elihu, that means, let me point blank put this how this is. Overall thoughts. It means we don't get too far onto what we liked or what we didn't like. Just an overall idea. No grading, no nothing like that. Just it was a pretty good episode. There are a lot of things I liked. There are some things I didn't like. And then we'll move on, okay? Because it seems like you want to say everything right there at the beginning.
Well, I'm not overexcited on this episode like I was on everything else.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Anyways, we're going to start with our generic idea of what we thought of the episode. Then we're going to go to what we liked, what we didn't like, and then we'll give a final grade and any last opinions we might have or last things we want to say. We're going to start with you, number one. Give me your overall thought process on what you thought of this episode. Number one, you there?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, yeah. We're gonna start with you. So,
okay.
That's why I said number one.
Okay.
Go ahead and tell us what your overall thoughts were on this episode.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. Had some pretty cool callbacks and flashbacks or stuff like that. The present day stuff, yeah, not so much for that, but
okay.
That's it for now.
All right. Elihu.
Sorry, I was eating pizza at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am eating pizza, dude. See? Just make sure my camera doesn't freeze up. See? Pizza.
Yes. Well, it's kind of getting overtaken by the sand.
Yeah, I know. See, he's trying to get my
right,
pizza like this. No, Boba, my pizza. I know you need this. Okay. I'm actually glad that Disney Star Wars is actually doing something that fans really been asking for a while. One of the favorite Star Wars odd characters. Finally, thank you.
Okay. And did you like it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool. All right. Yes, there's a lot of things in this that I like. And again, there are some things that I think were totally needed to be thought differently and handled differently, but an overarching idea is that this was a fairly good episode. Yeah, so that's what I have to say about that. Elihu, let's go and start with you this time. And what did you like about this episode?
I like that Robert Rodriguez is a Parks and Rec fan. If you don't know what that means, and you were watching fan of Parks and Rec, Patton Oswalt made a cameo on there around 2013 to 14. I forgot exactly what year it was. But he was basically given non-direction about, it's like, here, nothing in the script, just rant, ad-lib, whatever you want to say. And he just started about the opening sequence of Star Wars, like, holy shit, this is Parks and Rec. This is Patton Oswalt's description of how Boba Fett escaped the Sarlacc pit. I liked it. I like the fact that we get 12 more minutes of an action sequence with no dialogue that we can understand besides Sandman. Sandpeach, sorry. The last time I was excited about a movie with no dialogue as the opening sequence, 5 minutes, was Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbusters. It was just pure storytelling. I really enjoyed that. I'm like, don't speak, don't speak, don't speak. You're going to ruin it. I'm like, I was just looking forward to this. It's like the old cartoon comic book panels. You got a 5-page with no storyline, just action, action, action. And that was unheard of back then. This is still unheard of. I also like the fact that we got a chance to actually, well, I'm not sure if the announcement was at the same time, but when Boba Fett made his appearance in Mandalorian, people were wondering, hey, what about his armor, all this and stuff. Then his announcement was made to making the show. They actually answered some of the fan questions. How did he lose his armor? How did he get out of the Sarlacc pit? Confirm it. So now it's technically canon now. So we understand about the armor. We understand the history of the Sand People with the flashbacks. Like, how do you get the step? How do you become so friendly with them, right? Okay, we understand this now. And I especially like the mayor part when he's getting tributes, the representative from the mayor. He was being so shy and nonchalant. Like, yeah, I'm a little subtle, but more assertive than you. And if you actually notice, when he walks away, he's off the Sarlacc pit before he threatens Boba. He's off the Sarlacc pit. The guy knows the palace. He's been there before. I also like the fact that Boba wants to establish that, hey, he's not Jabba. He's somebody new. This is who I am. He didn't want to have the same presence as an overlord like like Jabba did, because they said, "Hey, why don't you walk and we can carry you?" It's like, no, I'm of the people. He didn't want to have that same presenting power. It's like, hey, I'm with you guys, but I'm in charge. I liked that part. I liked the parkour fight on the rooftop, and the fact that the kid gave Boba a chance because he didn't kill him when he had a chance to. I love that part. The kid's like, "Hey, wait, you could have killed him, but no, I'll help you out. Come here. It shows a little relationship there. He could have just killed him right then and there, but no, let the kid live. It shows Boba has heart. He's not a cold-blooded killer. He's strategic. He led that little, I forgot that lizard creature. He led that creature to him so he can use the teeth to cut the ropes. Smart. Hello. Strategic. I like this episode a lot. You're pulling a JJ if you're trying to talk.
Yeah, I am, aren't I? Anything else?
Not off the top of my head. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Just asking. Very good. Number one. What were the things you liked in this episode?
Yeah, like basically the callbacks and the flashbacks were to me the best part of it. Like the callbacks to Attack of the Clones when he's holding Jango's helmet. And they even showed a callback to Camino as well. And I think a few other things. And then the the flashbacks of how he got out of the Sarlacc pit was obviously what everybody wanted to see the most.
Mhm.
I'm sure. Trying to think what else they showed besides those. Besides that, mainly. And then that's right. Him getting rescued by the Tuskens. Well, I guess not really rescued because they pretty much enslaved him. And then basically you had them in chains behind their banthas and stuff as they rode them. That kind of reminded me of like old Western type deal where you have the kind of like, I don't know if they did that in the Clint Eastwood movie or not, but one of his westerns or not, but it had a similar
Hang 'em
vibe.
high. Hang 'em high, I believe was done.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was done in one of them. So that was obviously a Western callback. This had a very Western feel to it, at least in the flashbacks. And then the whole ordeal. I mean, with the Kraken monster or whatever the heck they're calling it. With the weird 4 legs or 6 arms, 4
Four or
arms,
whatever.
4
Yeah.
arms, 2 legs, whatever it is. It can.
Think of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. It's kind
Bro.
of reminded me of that, or the Clash of the Titans monster, I think, as well. So in a way, they had callbacks to different things besides Star Wars in this. But yeah, I thought those were all pretty well done, at least.
Okay. Very good. Hey, look who made it. Jason
Hey,
Lee
Chris.
Tucker. Good to.
Hey,
Hey, what's going on?
internet's not. I'm not at home, so I'm away on my phone, so the internet's going off and on. So if I drop off, I'll pop back in and out.
No, that's no problem. Resolute Germ said the centaur lizard. Oh boy, yeah. I don't mind that so much. So. Okay, really quick, Jason, do me a favor. We just number one. Are you done? Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I'm done. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I don't want to cut you off. You got some more to say. All right. Jason, like, do us a favor really quick. We've already gone over our overall thoughts on this episode. So I need to get you to tell everybody about yourself, where they can find you. I need you to give me your overall thoughts and then give me what you liked about this episode, please. Go right ahead.
All right. Well, if anybody want to check it out, my channel is the Jason Lee Tucker Statement. Channel I talk. We have talk about pop culture, wrestling, independent wrestling. I've had a couple shows on. We've been having some local bands and some startup bands. Had a band on there from California the other day on one of my shows. They played at one of the Rockville here in Florida here last couple months. So all kind of new stuff. Trying to do some stuff for the new year. So check it out, Jason Lee Tucker Statement. Chris, I appreciate letting me come on tonight. Overall, let me see. I was impressed by the first episode. It was really good. I mean, I love the flashbacks with the Sarlacc pit, and when he goes back when he was a youngling, and especially with the Sand People, I thought that was really cool. We got to see more in depth about the Sand People, because we've never really been like that much. Besides Mandalorian had a little bit, in that one episode with the dragon, but we never really had that much like in detail of the Sand People, and they're right there, right there in their gathering and stuff. So it was a little, that was pretty cool. We always had them, different in the episodes. We always seen, it was quick, quick here and there. So I thought that was pretty cool. You want the only thing I'd say it was a little short. I wish the episode was a little longer. I think it was like 30. I'm 30 minutes. 100%.
On the dislikes, you can wait on those.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was really good. I mean, you could tell it was the Filoni, Dave Filoni, and Favreau. You could tell, you could feel that Mandalorian type universe. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Starting out.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I agree with a lot of you guys on the Sarlacc pit. If they hadn't started with that, or if they hadn't have gotten to that almost immediately, it's a waste to even bring Boba back. That's the only reason why anybody's watching this series right now, is that they wanted to see that scene. I'll get to that later, though, also. It says, David says, looks like Fett may be dying. We're going to have to get to that. We can talk about that here in a little bit. But I do like the Sarlacc scene for the most part. I liked the whole, all the stuff that was in the palace and him going to the city. I liked the overall feel. And of course, I can't. What's his name? The guy that plays Boba Fett, Temuera,
yeah.
I forgot his last name.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like him. He does this role well. But I'll get to that a little bit later too. Fennec Shand, May Win. Oh shoot, I'd have to look at. But she does a really good job in this. The parkour stuff, running over the rooftops, running after all the people that she's running after.
Uh-huh.
I really like that. I mean, that was a great scene, and I I buy into her full on. A lot of people might say, "Oh, you just don't like the female characters." Da, da, da. No, I like her. I really do like her. I like the way she's telling Boba the whole time, you can't do that. That's not how these people work. They're not used to that. That's not going to work here. You got to rule with fear. You got to do the same things that the Hutts did and all this. And I like that. She is all in on the trying to be the strong arm on this. And then you have Boba on the other end of it. So I really do like that. Ming-Na. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Her and Gina Carano's character were badass. Gina Carano, unfortunately, probably isn't coming back. I've heard varying rumors that they might bring her back, but we'll have to wait on that one. Yeah, but I think that this was a very good opening episode for this. But there are a lot of things that I have to say on the next thing, which is, what didn't we like? I'm going to go right down to you, Jason. We're going to start with you. Tell me what you didn't like about this episode.
Well, I mean, number one, I already said it. I wish the episode should have been at least an hour. Our opening episode, I think that would have been would probably been the best thing. Even if they would have did like the first 2 episodes combined or something. I just, you that first episode to, get everybody excited and, feel that boom. I mean, I was excited about it, but, I'm sure there's some people's going to be a little, wanted a little more, especially they could at least got it where the guy that captured, would have had a little more onto that. I mean, it just, I'm sure that's going to be the first part of the next one, but, I would have liked a little more. That and the fighting was a little. I mean, we had the guys that would have them surrounded with a little, like blast shields, or we'll call them the laser shields or something. The fighting there was a little choppy. I mean, it could have been a little bit more tighter and a little bit more for that. But that's about it on me. I mean, like I said, besides the shortness, I would have liked a little more. And Bubba, I mean, he felt like it felt like he got beat down quite a bit more than I was expecting to get beat down there, at first. I mean, because he didn't have that they kept bringing that to the Bafta tank, but you remember he I don't know how long they had him out there he was out there with the sand people. So he had no Bafta tank then, so he got a little beat, little quick.
Yeah, right here though. I mean, David brings up a good point here. Could that be that Boba might be dying or might be
it could be, because I
his...
don't know. Well, they don't really say how long he was in that Sarlacc pit. That's you could look at that Trooper's outfit. You could tell it was like it was getting acid dumped on it or something. You could see the corrosion on it, and I mean, he has so much Mandalorian armor on him. He doesn't have it ain't a completely bodysuit. I mean, his outfit is bent, so he probably took bit of acid damage or whatever that creature puts on you to to depose the digest you. So I mean that's about it. I mean I would like a little more, and like I said, just the little bit of the fighting scenes was what it was a little choppy for me.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, fair enough. Number 1, what didn't you like about this episode?
Well, didn't like the present day stuff too much. Number 1, how does he not breathe through his nose while he's in that tank? That's number 1 thing that's been bothering me. You would think, because I remember when Luke was in the back of the tank, there was a clip over his nose, but there's no clip on his nose. So that's kind of bothering me a lot, that he just has a little thing he puts in his mouth. But to me, I'm not a mouth breather. I'm a nose breather. So I think that's something they need to fix, to me. And then the whole fight being overmatched, it just didn't feel right. I mean, in the Mandalorian, we saw him kicking ass, and here he's getting his ass kicked. So that kind of worries me when again we're seeing the main character having to rely on a female, basically, on Fennec to get him out of this mess. Yes, the Gamorreans came in later, but again, where the hell were they for like 2 minutes? Even though they pledged their loyalty, you're gonna be loyal, but 2 minutes later, whatever.
They were getting their weapons because they didn't have any weapons. Maybe they went to the armory and said, "Hey, we need some." Oh wait, no, we need money, credits. Oh, credits won't work anymore. What do we need? Hey, how by the way? Wait. Boba Fett, the new crime lord, is our boss. So just give him to us. We'll put it on his credit. Oh, he doesn't have credit yet. Damn it. Okay, just you know what? Screw it. We're just taking him. Go do something about it. You see, it takes time.
Yeah, but yeah, again, Yeah, I mean, obviously, yes, it was an unfair fight. You got what 6 against 2 or 8 against 2 or however many there was. It's there. I mean, I'm glad he killed the one dude. Don't get me wrong. Up against the wall
The
there
wall. Mhm.
when he was trying to escape and everything. But yeah, getting your butt basically kicked. I hope this isn't a premise of things to come because I don't want him getting his ass kicked. Really, he should be kicking ass, not getting his ass kicked. Because it's like, and then right after that, it's like, oh, get me to my tank quick. I need to rejuvenate. What? Really? I
Mhm.
mean, you're that weak that you only can last a few minutes and you got to get rejuvenated. Yeah, it kind of really depowering him tremendously compared to what he was shown in the Mandalorian, and that's what I don't get. Um,
Mhm.
so I don't know. It has me worried. Let me just say that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my main thing. And yeah, Jennifer Beals' character, yeah, it was a quick flash, and it's like, yeah, that's Jennifer Beals. Yeah, that is her. As our
Mhm.
Garza Whip, I think is her character name.
Yeah, something like that.
Um, so it'll be interesting to see. Like, was she the one that sent the baddies after him? Who knows? Some people are saying Watto, some are saying whoever. But I guess we'll get that answer eventually. But yeah, I have a hard time with him being depowered and having to rely on Fennec so much in this episode. Uh, but the title of the movie or show is Book of Boba Fett, not uh, Fairy Tales of Fennec Shand or whatever.
Oh my god. Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. I'd love to see more Watto. Oh my god. Please no. All right. Elihu, what didn't you like about this episode?
Well, number one, I already mentioned the Bach. I think I was going to mention the Nose Club.
Mhm.
In the pig guards, where the hell were they? You already mentioned that. I do not like filler episodes, which are known as clip shows, which are flashbacks, because it's like, come on, get with the plot. This is a flashback show. This is the Book of Boba Fett. It would have been better
Mhm.
if the flashback was an entire episode, so we get the backstory of Boba Fett and how he escaped and how he gained the power. Then we get the conflict with the fight and shit. And that's one other thing, but the story didn't work anyway. I did not like the fact that when the representative from the mayor was basically had no tribute from Boba, he's like, wait a minute, this is how we do business here. He should have done something about it right then and there instead of just let him walk away and threaten him. I'm like, this is not showing power. This is showing weakness right there. I did not like that part.
What's showing weakness? This right here? What you're showing?
No.
Of
When the
what?
mayor's representative was in Jabba's palace when he was giving tributes, he had
Oh,
nothing to give him but words and stuff. And like, wait, this is not how this works here. He should have just killed him right then and there, or give a message to him, or cut him an arm or something, or hurt him. He's like, hey, I'm in charge. This is how it works now. I understand this,
well,
but this is how it works. I didn't like that. He just let him go with a threat.
yeah, but the threat means a lot because it's not just, and I'm not defending that because I don't disagree with you on that. The threat came with another thing though. It came with no tribute back because basically that was the mayor saying you owe me tribute, and he said, you know what, you can tell him that that his tribute is you able to come back and tell him I'm not sending a tribute. So there's this kind of power play going on. I don't hate that, but I do see your point. So you can go ahead.
And I wanted to let number one know that in the beginning of the episode, when he was revived from the Bacta tank, the voice said healing cycle incomplete. So he was not fully healed. Yeah, he had to go back to the tank. You guys got to listen. So I heard that in the earlier roundtable. I wanted to mention that, but like, I don't want to type in that. I'll mention it right now. Yeah, listen, healing cycle incomplete. That's why he had to go back in. And Jason basically already said it. Longer runtime. Come on.
Anything else?
Yeah, you have to pay to watch it. That's about it.
Okay, watch out. You got a tentacle that's going to come and grab you here in a second.
No, that's the one. Han lost it off. He was blind. Remember? He lost it off.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a dead tentacle. It's no problem.
I got you. Okay. Okay. So what I didn't like. Sorry. As always. What I didn't like, runtime. Sure, we'll go down with the runtime. The biggest thing I think was the whole Sam people Tusken Raider thing. Way too much of that. We know that that's who saved him. We got that in the Mandalorian. We don't need to go and run over all of that again. The fact that everybody's kicking his ass, that is kind of a problem. Especially when in the Mandalorian that isn't happening. So I'm not sure about that. Yes, it's seven episodes, Resolute. But the whole sending the kid to watch the two people dig for these water pods, and the water pods made no sense. The kids going out there, no tribal group, Aztecs, Mayans, Egyptians, Native Americans, none of these people ever sent the children out to do those things. Those were warriors. And, even if you got... Australia. Yeah. The Aboriginal tribes. None of them do that. It's them, and I'm going to say this in one way, and I don't think it really matters. It's the men who went and did it. Now, in this case, it seems like they had some women who were warrior women. Fine, whatever, great. Then they should have gone. But that whole thing, the kid's sitting there trying to go to sleep, chilling out, whatever. They're not paying. He's not paying attention. That's what a kid would do. Yes, it made sense, but it just was way too much of that. You all you needed to do is show that one scene, and put a normal warrior there, the woman warrior, one of the guys, whatever. You just need to have a regular warrior there who gets overpowered by the beast, and he saves that warrior. Because the warriors, I hate to say this, are much more valuable to the tribe than the children. That's why you don't send the children out. You send the people who are there to do that job. And I think it would have been much better had you just shown that one part. He saves that person and they bring him back and okay, now we're going to take you in. Didn't need to be that long. What else?
Chris, the only thing about that scene though, that's one question I got about it. The kid takes him to that was it that water farm or what the thing like Luke was at?
No,
you see that
it's not a moisture farm. It's just
the old moisture farm. Yeah, and they take you see the I guess that gang group of gang people. They're beating up that one guy, and you see him throw him out of that house.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the guy? Because this is before all he came got his armor and all that back. And I know it was cool. We saw the Jawas take his armor and they put him on that I guess they took it and put it in their machine their big carrier. And the Mandalorian on the Krayt Dragon, we see what's his name who his story how I guess he was rescued by the Jawas and he got Boba Fett's armor. Is that what's his name that thrown out of that house by those gang members?
What do you mean by what's his name?
No, it wasn't him.
Well, what's his name? The guy who's the Krayt Dragon, the guy who had Boba Fett's armor. What's his name?
I don't think so. Yeah, no.
You don't think so? I was wondering if that was him because
the Jawas get his armor. But I don't think that's him.
But
I don't know.
But Jawas get his armor. But what's the sheriff guy who gets the armor from the Jawas?
Oh, yeah, might be.
Because you remember he always said that these criminals were terrorizing their moisture farms, and they were going there and robbing them. And until he got that armor. Got that armor, maybe. And he become the sheriff. And he took them all out. And that's what I was wondering. Was that him that got thrown out of that? Because you see the guys that was throw that guy out of the thing. It looks.
I have to go.
I can't remember the guy's name.
I have to go back and watch it. I don't know if it's the Marshal.
But you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Marshal. That's his character's name. The Marshal.
Yeah, the Marshal. Is that him? That's what I was wondering. Is that the Marshal?
I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch it. I'd have to go back and watch it. And honestly, it'd be nice to crisscross it. But
I mean, it could tie into it because you know that's how Boba Fett knew who had his armor. You know, eventually, you know.
That's not the Marshal because Boba Fett would have been in the Sarlacc pit. It's something like a Sarlacc pit for about 20, 30 years. Because he got at the same time.
No, because the Marshal is 5 years after. This is all like 5 years after the Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
The Marshal's in the Mandalorian.
It would fit the time period because I'm saying because Boba Fett. That's not how Boba Fett got his armor back because that could be the sand. When he was the Sand People, the Marshal either got that armor around that time period, so it would make sense.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, I'll have to go back and watch and see if that's him or not. We'll find out. What else didn't I like? I do agree with Elihu that you do something to the guy. You don't just send him back with his life. You shoot him in the leg, you wound him, you do something, and you say, you know what? You tell him how merciful I am because I didn't kill you. Another thing I do like, and I think I said that the back and forth between Fennec and Boba. I do find it strange that Boba isn't a little more aggressive up front. I'm not saying, earlier in the earlier roundtable, I know that they said things like, Comics was saying that he's a villain. And I think he's a hired gun. He's not a villain. He just does what he has to do. He gets paid for it. That's what he was doing. And now we find out that perhaps this was all just to get to Jabba. I mean, maybe that was the whole thing. He was trying to figure out a way to overthrow Jabba, or now that he sees the opportunity because he knows Jabba's dead, maybe he that's what he's doing. But I think he'd be a little more hard edge. I don't care about the respect thing so much as I think he wouldn't show that much respect. He'd first try to take everything and then say, okay, I'm going to show you guys respect, but you got to keep it, you got to respect me too. I want to know how he knew that Jabba died, because when he was in the Sarlacc pit, the barge was still up. I mean, No. Stop. Listen, just because the barge is destroyed doesn't mean that Jabba's dead. And that's, so. Whoops. Somebody got ate. Damn it. Oh, no. Anyways.
I got out. Hang on, Boba. Hang on. Thank you, man. Here, come on. I got out first. Yeah. Here, come on, dude. Come on.
I want to kind of know how he knew that Jabba was dead. I mean, because that's kind of like, he just walks into the palace like, hey, I'm going to take over. I don't know.
Probably from the Sand People. He probably knows how long he's been out there with the Sand People. They probably knew about it.
I don't know. Sand People don't really care. They keep to themselves. They do what they do. They don't really care what everything else is going on. I don't know. Sand People, too long. I have some issues like with the whole. It's really hard to tell how long he was in the Sarlacc pit. Something to give us a little more time frame on that. Why does he need the guy's air? And how long has that guy been down there? The air works for Boba, but the stormtrooper's dead. Then again, where is Boba's air tank? That's never been something that we've ever been given any idea that that's there. I guess you can assume it, but again, there's never been anything to show that. So it's kind of weird. There's just a lot of interesting little things that just kind of go like,
When he was detaching it, you hear a click. When he put it under, you didn't hear anything. He just put it under his mask. How much he could breathe? He didn't get that anywhere. Maybe
that's it. I don't know. But anyways, let's get on with our final thoughts and grades. I will start with you, Elihu, again. What are your overall thoughts and grade?
Ignore what I said about the negative, but still keep it in hand. I like how they incorporated the flashback with the actual modern, the updated stories. Like, you know, understanding, you know what's going on. You understand when a flashback happens, it actually correlates with the actually current scene. It's like, okay, a little once apart, it correlates with it. Watch it again. You actually understand what I'm talking about. I think this show is going to basically have the mayor as one of the main antagonists because it's not some big, huge boss. He's trying to be the crime boss, the crime lord. He's trying to take over Tatooine again because the Empire is gone. Well, not existing in that part of the galaxy. So the crime boss, he wants to be the new Hutts. And maybe a new Hutt will show up or something because Jabba was just one of the many Hutts of the crime boss family. And they may want their territory back. Because that was the Hutt territory. So I'm looking forward to seeing another Hutt. Hopefully it's not that Guido guy, whatever his name was, Zero from the Clone Wars. Hopefully it's not him. I didn't like that Hutt guy. Your JJ again, Chris.
What's your grade?
My grade is A.
A. Okay. Very good.
Yes.
Very good. All right. Anything else?
A. Besides the thing slipping back into the Sarlacc pit, no.
Okay. Number one. Final thoughts and grade.
Well, I hope they don't continue this storyline of Fett being depowered and Fennec being the one that's the muscle instead, basically. That would disappoint me a lot.
Go ahead. Finish that thought.
Okay, yeah, if they continue that kind of path that they're going.
Can I be a devil's advocate on that one?
Yeah, sure.
A crime boss wouldn't be the first person to do the bad things.
No, Jabba always had other people do the bad things for him.
So is it a problem that it's Fennec? Is that a problem that he relies on Fennec to handle those things?
It's a problem when they showed him. If they didn't have him in the Mandalorian last season, I would say no, it's not a problem. But because of the way
about how the Mandalorian and this works,
huh?
What is the difference between how that
the
was
difference
and how this
was
is?
he was way badass in the
but
Mandalorian.
as soon as he assumes the throne, he's like, okay, I don't have to do that anymore.
He delegates.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Number one, let me first off say that I do believe that Boba Fett's character, even the 20 minutes we've ever gotten of the guy, because we're going to leave EU stuff out. I believe the 20 minutes that we got in the original trilogy, that Boba would not be standing by the side and letting her do all of that work. He would have been jumping up on those. He would have gone to a different building and jumped up, and they would have tried to combine. I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying I'm playing that devil's advocate part. He's a crime boss now. He doesn't have to do that. He wants to show that he doesn't have to do that, which isn't even following what he said. He said he didn't want to be treated like everybody else, like all the crime bosses before were being carried around and all that stuff. So that kind of kills my devil's advocate thing. But I'm just bringing it up. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, it just worries me that right after that fight, while she's going around rooftop to rooftop, he's basically back in his fancy waterbed, pretty much. And that really worries me that he's way more fragile in this. Just because
the time might have passed. There could have been some time passed that we don't know about yet. Well, maybe that's what this whole series might be doing back and forth. I don't know.
number one, you got to remember, he's a man of the people. He's not. He wants to be presented as an equal. So he wants to present as like, hey, I'm with you guys. But he doesn't have to actually be that. He has to present it. That's why he has his authority. He can be weak, but still present power.
I thought that. All right, anyway. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what the other episodes do. But it just has me worried that plus, if rumors are true, then there's other people going to be entering the fray soon, and I think they're going to upstage them.
It's a possibility. Well. Are you thinking of Mace Windu?
Well, and others besides.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Because I know for sure one person besides possibly Mace is coming into this eventually.
Who's that? I mean, this is full spoilers, so it doesn't matter who you've heard of, what you've heard of.
Okay. Well, I mean, I heard specifically that Cad Bane is going to be on.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. I'll give my little background stuff here in a minute. Go ahead. Sorry.
So again, you have Cad Bane, who was a bounty hunter and probably actually did way better stuff than Boba ever did in Rebels and everything. So again, and he's more that Western style, again, gun slinging kind of bounty hunter. So again, again, they're, because Boba used to be, to me, the number one, and now all of a sudden he's dropping down pretty seriously as far as a bounty hunter goes, based on this one episode. Is what I'm saying. I mean, you're going to have Cad Bane, who's going to be way better than him. Fennec Shand is already way better than him. So I'm kind of worried where this is going. Like I said, this is supposed to be Book of Boba Fett, not fairy tales of Fennec Shand and whatever of Cad Bane and mauling of Mace Windu and whatever else they're gonna and hello Han Solo again and whoever else they're gonna bring back into this. Okay, because I've heard Han Solo could be in this as well. So again, you're upstaging your main character, and that's what bothers me.
Okay. What's your grade for this one, though?
Well, I'm just gonna say, just a C. I think it was average. At best.
Okay. Well, I don't totally disagree with that assessment. No. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, Jason. What are your final thoughts? And
my final thoughts. This will be in my final thoughts predictions. I think number one was talking about it. Cad Bane is more likely coming. Rumors. It's pretty much confirmed, but rumors. Which we'll probably get a flashback. With that fight with that dent in the helmet. More likely, we'll finally get to see that. Which I thought we was going to see on the Bad Batch, but I guess we may see in this series. And Han Solo, I've heard the rumors the Han Solo and Chewie possibly coming in. And there's possibility Crimson Dawn with was Han's old ex, Kara, what's her name? Since she's pretty much controlled since Maul's been killed off. If you depending on what they do on that. I think this is a launching this series, a launching platform for a lot of series, side series that we're going to see, unless they're going to make a Boba Fett 2, a Book of Boba Fett 2, which I really don't think they're going to, but I think we're going to see. Like I said, we're going to get the underworld type of the things, and like I said, it's got to tie in with the Mandalorian and upcoming Ahsoka. And I don't know if they're doing the Ranger Old Republic. I heard they're going to mix that with Ahsoka and Mandalorian. So it's all got to tie in together. Sort of Star Wars doing like they're doing that Marvel type thing now, where they're all it's gonna come to a final. All of them's got to mix together. But I see a lot of episodes coming off of this. We could have Boba's what's her name, the other bounty hunter wedding. I could see her if something happens to him, they could continue on with her series. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there. And I think we just got a lot of surprises. And, it disappointed a lot of people with a short episode, but I think we got a lot coming. Probably those last couple episodes, it's going to probably blow people away. I think Filoni, this has got to be a series. Star Wars needs a hit. So, I mean, I think Filoni and Favreau know that, and I think they're going to pay off. It will pay off at the end on this series.
All right.
And grade, I'm going to give it an A-. Like I said, I thought it was a really, really good. I thought it was a good episode. I was like, sure, but I won't give it no higher than that. But A- is a pretty good start off, I would say, because I got stuff that I wanted to see. So I didn't get everything, but I did get a lot I wanted to see.
All right, very good. Okay, so Disney needs to figure out these episodes, this episodic thing, because they can have these underlying storylines, but they need to have much longer episodes and much longer series or seasons. This should be 15 some odd episodes at about an hour long.
Yeah.
That's before your credits. So let's go take all the commercials out. Let's say 45 minutes to 50 minutes worth of an episode. Yeah. And you've got to have more episodes if you want to have an underlying story. If not, you just do here's Boba Fett, and they're doing this, and they're doing that, and they're doing this, and they're doing that, whatever. And you just keep going along. But when you put underlying stories underneath these things, you have to give it time to flesh out, to become something. They're not doing that for this or the Mandalorian. Mandalorian kind of is clunky in getting to it and does it. And I mean, let's be honest, it was a home run on the last episode of the season 2. But Star Wars and Marvel both still don't understand that if you're going to play this like a TV series, you have to learn how to have more of them, and you have to have longer. Right now, what they're doing is they're still doing, here's a movie, but we're gonna piecemeal it to you, and we might forget that the fifth part of the movie was the fifth part of the movie, so maybe we're gonna put it in the third part instead of the fifth part. So sometimes it just comes across like, wait, how do we get here? What do we, they just got to figure this episodic stuff out. It's not horrible. This was not horrible. We got, like Jason said, we got some of the things we wanted to see. They really needed to probably cut down the not the Jawas, but the Sand People stuff. I don't disagree with the whole maybe Boba's dying or he's getting really old, because remember, he didn't get the same treatment that the rest of the clones did. So perhaps he is breaking down. Maybe it's a flaw in their genetic code, because remember, he was created. He is not born, so he might have a genetic flaw that this is something now that he has to deal with the Bacta tank. And I don't hate the whole Fennec being the muscle, but he should be part of that muscle too. It's kind of be a tandem thing. And every season is a 3-hour movie. Basically, yeah, Daytona. That's the problem. It's like, we're gonna do this. I said it when Boba Fett came in season 2 of The Mandalorian. I said I didn't want to see him. I said he was supposed to get his own movie. Give him his own movie. Now that we got him like this, fine. I don't care. But let's really pay attention to what we're doing here.
Chris, Daytona Falls had a clear point. He was an unaltered clone as Django specified.
Yes, but he's still a clone. That's what I said. He's unaltered. That does not. So he didn't get the growth. He didn't get the growth hormone that made him grow old or grow quicker or grow in age quicker. He didn't receive anything that kept him around longer, because they were also meant to live longer. He didn't get that. He didn't get any sort of anything that would have been what you would consider anything the clones got, increased speed, increased strength, any of those things. He didn't get it. So perhaps
shooting
he's breaking down.
abilities, yeah.
Perhaps he's breaking down. And again, we don't know. Maybe they'll build into this series that you find out he has some sort of a genetic defect that all of the clones got, which we've already been down that line. What was it they said? They had that chip in there to manipulate them. Now he doesn't have that. I understand that, but perhaps there's some other sort of defect that over time, maybe being unaltered, that defect is there. But for all the altered clones, the ones that they kept and all that, perhaps those ones they found it and they cut that defect out. Maybe that'll get brought up. I don't know. But
Chris,
my biggest
Omega?
problem, huh?
You think we'll get Omega in here? Omega. Do you think Omega
No,
will be in here?
I don't think so. I mean, I guess you could. I mean, but there's no point in it really because we never
But
see
she
Boba.
knows, she knows Finn too, so she would know both of them. Well, she wouldn't know
Yeah.
Boba, but she would know Fennec.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe you could do it. I don't know why you would, but you could. But my biggest issue, and I didn't bring this up in my dislikes, is the fact that Temuera, or however you say his name, I'm having a hard time buying him as Boba still because he just seems a little too old. Just a little on the old side of what I think Boba should be. And again, they might explain a lot of this. That's a possibility. But with all that said, this episode wasn't horrid. I got to see what I wanted to see primarily, which is him coming out of the Sarlacc pit. And they had some good stuff in it. So I'm giving it a C+ or a B-. It's kind of like right there on that fringe, depending on, it's like.
So, Chris, you got a problem with Boba Fett being old, but Bruce Wayne not?
But it's built into the storyline. Here's the thing. The Bruce Wayne stuff doesn't necessarily get nailed down on time. They've nailed this down on time. Again, we went through this on the first roundtable. 1, he's between 7, 8, 11, somewhere around there. Somebody said 11. So let's go with 11. If he's 11, you add, at the end of Clone Wars, if he's 11 there, you add 3 years. That's 14. So he's 14. Then you add 18 to that. That's 32. Then you add 9 to that. That's 41. Then you add 5 more. He's between 45 and 46 here. He doesn't look like that per se. I don't think. I think he looks a little older than that. But that's my opinion.
War and that kind of life would actually make a toll on you physically. It would. It would actually make you look older.
No. Here. He's 61. So that's my point. It's like you're talking, but again, that could be built into the story. We might get that. There's a lot of things we could say right now that I don't want to go too far into because they might answer those. They did eventually get to answering some of the stuff in Mandalorian.
Then Chris,
but I agree, early on, I can't remember who it was that said it. Man, where is it? Sorry, I'm looking up here. Oh yeah, the Filoni style always starts off slow and it picks up as you go. That's what Daytona Falls said, and it's true. They just kind of got to get to that, and they got to figure out this. As long as this all fits together pretty well chronologically, I'll be okay with it. That's the biggest thing I think the Mandalorian failed on. I think I was okay with the whole stopping, starting, that lone gunman type thing in each town. That was okay. it just sometimes it felt like this episode was supposed to be back here, and this episode that was here was supposed to be here, and they kind of misplaced episodes. I don't want that with this. They need to go very chronologically, move, and move forward. But right now, C+, B-, that's where I'm at with it. We'll see what happens next week. And with that said, everybody, thank you for being here tonight. We're going to go through one more time and have everybody tell you about their channels and all that. We'll start with you, Jason. Tell everybody about yourself one last time, please.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Jason Lee Tucker. My channel is Jason Lee Tucker Statement. We talk about wrestling, pop culture, music. I have some rock star bands on a couple of times. So every week we've been having a couple of guests perform from a couple of shows, local bands and stuff. So check it out. And Chris, I appreciate it for letting me come on tonight.
Absolutely. Always willing to have people on. I like having a great group of people.
I got one more question, Chris, because I was going to ask this.
Mm-hmm.
Because since Boba Fett was originally supposed to be a movie produced by Trank, I think was the guy who did the Fantastic Four. Are you glad that they did make that movie and made it the series, or would you rather have the movie instead? Boba, yeah. Because originally it was supposed to be a movie. They were supposed to make this a movie.
Yeah. If you look in the description stuff, I bring that up in that. Yeah, absolutely, the movie. I was stoked for the Obi-Wan movie. I was stoked for a Darth Vader movie, which they had talked about doing.
Yeah.
Darth Maul was supposed to get a movie. Boba Fett was supposed to get a movie. I don't disagree for Lucasfilm's actions on why they didn't do it originally, because Solo bombed for right or for wrong, whatever. I don't hate Solo. It's not the greatest movie, but whatever. Okay. So they pulled the plug, or they didn't really pull the plug. They just kind of stopped for a minute and rethought things. The problem is they should not have gone away from their thought of doing the movies. They should have just rethought, let's see, we're going to wait till we come out with The Rise of Skywalker. Then we can go back to doing a movie every 3 years, and we can really focus and develop it. They should have done something like that. We would have still been getting them right now. And I don't see a problem with that. Or do what they were doing every 2 years. So let's just go back to the every 2 year thing that they were doing. Lucas warned them about pushing too many things out at one time. He had a reason for doing them every 3 years.
They got greedy.
Yeah, they did. And they realized what was wrong with it. But now they got this shiny new toy called Disney Plus, and they're using it just to throw as much of this stuff out. I don't hate this. It's just I think it was the wrong path for so many things. Obi-Wan should not have been here. Boba Fett should not have been on here. The Cassian Andor, that should be. Mandalorian should be.
Stuff like
Ahsoka, I think I'll be okay with Ahsoka being there. But then again, you give Ahsoka her own movie and show her going after Thrawn. But we're going to get a Thrawn series, supposedly. Some of these should have been movies. Some of these should be series. Obi-Wan movie, Boba Fett movie, Mandalorian series, Ahsoka probably series. So I think they just kind of went overboard on let's just do all these series. They should have said, okay, we should still do movies. Some of these movies. We just got to take our time with them and not rush them. Your problem with that, though, is probably a KK or two. Anyways, so movie definitely. I'm sorry. Go. Is that all though? Anything else, Jason?
Yeah, that's it, Chris. I was just
okay. Number one. Go ahead and tell everybody about yourself one last time, please.
All right, number one. I'm on YouTube at number one. Yeah, I don't know. The movie, yeah, I think the movie wouldn't have done well, especially not with Trank doing it. But and then you would have really ruined Boba Fett then probably. But so yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see where this goes. Yeah, it's only 7 episodes, so and then is this it? Just 7 and done? Or,
I don't know about that. Yeah.
So, yeah. Guess we'll see. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, they got a lot to cover in just 6 more episodes. If so, I'm just saying.
Oh, I agree. Okay. Elihu, tell everybody about yourself one last time, please.
What are we doing? Oh, okay. I'm Elihu. Eli, the high science guy. So high. I have an astronomy show, a science show. Yeah, that's it, a science show. I talk astrophysics, astronomy, every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And I will be talking about the planetary alignment that is happening this weekend. Well, this week, January 3rd, look southwest about 40 minutes after sunset. You'll see Mercury and Venus to the right of the moon. On January 4th, look to the right of the moon, you'll see Saturn. On the 5th, you'll see Jupiter bright and close. You have a telescope, you can see some of the clouds. You have binoculars, you can see some of the clouds. Telescope, you can see the red spot and maybe 2 moons. So stay tuned Wednesday, 12 noon Pacific time. And thanks for having me on, Chris.
Okay.
Eli,
no
Eli, is that a
problem.
comment still visible, or you said?
Yeah, it's still visible.
You have to be as where's I mean where I looked at where you said it's hard to see, so it's not pretty visible in my area, is it?
No, not right now. No.
Where's it better? Probably like Western United States than Eastern.
The Western, yeah, Asia, yeah.
Yeah.
And the light, you got to count on light pollution, so.
Cool.
Okay.
It's like a magnitude 8, 9. Hard to see.
All right. I am Chris Knight. 3000 is my channel, and of course we do all the roundtables I do now are over here on Khaos Central. So if you'd like to, remember next week we're doing a 7:30 Eastern and a 9 p.m. Eastern. 2 different groups. So total, it's about 12 people normally. We had a couple of people had to back out tonight. Same on the other one. So check it out next week. Make sure you watch it. Don't forget this week we get back to our regularly scheduled programs here on Khaos Central. That's the Chaotic Conversation on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Khaos List on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the Rule of 3 on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All here on Khaos Central. Make sure you share out the link for the channel so we can grow this channel. And with that said, guys, thank you, all of you.
I have a question, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
When is the Rumble starting up again?
It's probably going to be sometime late February. I'm not positive. I will get back to you on that. But
Okay.
I on my channel, I hope to be back to a lot of this stuff I was doing, which is the Gospel According to Chris, get back to the gaming stuff more regularly, the rant, and possibly some Night Riders, which is me basically driving home from work and talking. And then we will be getting back to the Rumble. And of course, we have the weekly wrap up. But that's pretty much what the lineup will be when we get started back up again. So I'm hoping that starts relatively soon, getting back into that swing of things. So with that said, guys, thank you all of you on my panel. Thank you, everybody in the chat. I know we had Resolute Germ, Daytona Falls. I saw I Love Food. We had the Austinator here. Hakeem was here. Let's see here. Tim's Talk was here. And who else do we have? Looking. David Fontana was here. Yeah, I said Austinator. So
Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
guys, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate all you guys. Don't forget though, every week, 7:30 and 9 p.m. on Sundays, we will be here for the Book of Boba Roundtable. And well, with that said, guys, thank you very much, all of you. Good night.
Bye.
Good night, guys.